everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. My name is Casey. So, on today's episode of the video, I'm doing another I Can Do That recipe where I turn your standard box item stuff that you can get at the store and show you how you can make it at home. I've done, what have I done so far? I've done the chocolate cake. I've done, this is the Betty Crocker. I've done the confetti cake. I've done the Betty Crocker scallop potato or au gratin potatoes. And today I'm doing Kraft mac and cheese. Y'all know this box is standard. Most all of us have at least one in our pantry, but I want to show you today how you can make it healthier for your family. Well, as healthy as macaroni and cheese can get, but you'll know what's in it and that you can vacuum seal it and put it on your shelf for winter so that you can, in a pinch, pop it out, rehydrate it, and cook it for your family. All of the recipes are going to be in the description box below. I will leave kind of a playlist down below of all the videos that I've done so far. I have a lot of really fun ones coming up through November and December, so you won't want to miss that. So let's go ahead and get into it so I can show you how simple and easy it is to make this Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I'm coming home.
Alrighty, y'all. So again, I'm doing a pint size, which is pretty much comparable to the size of this standard box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I always get asked that in the description. Is it comparable to the size? Yes, a pint is. Now, you can double the recipe and make a quart for a larger family. And I'll leave both recipes down below. This recipe that I got is from my dear friend, Alicia over at Country Mama Musings. And I'll leave her channel down below too, because she has some fabulous meals in a jar. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to use, let me make sure that it's in here. There it is. Big Daddy Mac sauce. And it's from Hoosier Hill. I've always used August and Farm, the cheese powder, but Alicia and Monica, my good friends and co-hosts of the podcast, got me onto this Big Daddy Mac sauce, and it is phenomenal. And it has the closest taste to the Kraft. And I will have all of this stuff in links in my Amazon storefront, which is down below. So don't worry about that because you'll be able to get it. But we're going to go ahead for the pint, and we're going to go and put a third of a cup. I sometimes do a generous third of a cup, so don't judge me. And we're going to put it at the bottom, give it a little jiggle. And the reason you want to do all of this powdered stuff at the bottom and the pasta on top is when you vacuum seal it, you don't want the powder to suck up and prohibit the seal from sealing all the way. Because if it's vacuum sealed, you have a longer shelf life than you would if you just kind of put a lid on it and let it sit. But okay, so that's a third of a cup of the cheese powder. Again, you can use August and Farm. You can use the Big Daddy Mac sauce. There's some with the company Anthony. That is really good. And what we're doing next is we're doing a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of the milk alternative. What I'm going to do to make it even creamy, dreamy deliciousness is I'm going to use the cream powder that I make. And this is another recipe from Alicia over at Country Mama Musings. I will leave the recipe down below. I make it in quart jars so I can use for all of my meals in a jar. But teaspoon, let's do a heaping teaspoon. Put that in there, give it a, remember we jiggle. We need a little jiggle in our lives. So give it a little jiggle. And basically what's in this cream powder is milk powder, sour cream, some seasonings, what else? Flour, so it thickens up like a really nice cream-based sauce, and you got some minced onions in there, so it's delicious. So next thing we're putting in is 2 teaspoons of the butter powder, and this is from August and Farm. Y'all know I love my butter powder. Again, it is down below. I will leave a link if you want to grab you some. I also like to make butter sticks, flavored butter sticks to put in the freezer. I'll leave an index card right up here in the corner if you want to go check out that video of doing my butter sticks. So you just give that a good little jiggle again, little jiggle. All right, and now we're just going to do some quick seasonings. This is completely up to you what kind of seasonings you want to put in. Most of the stuff is optional. You're not going to taste it in the standard one. If you want to make it just standard, just like this is the bad boy you need. Now you're going to add in your elbow pasta. But I want to, heighten it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to do 1/8 teaspoon. Again, everything will be down below. 1/8 teaspoon of the black pepper. Again, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then what I'm going to do now is another 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic. Y'all know I love my garlic powder. And then Alicia's recipe calls for parsley, but what I like to do is I like to give it a little bit of Italian seasoning. And Italian seasoning is going to be your parsley, it's going to be your rosemary, it's going to be your oregano, it's going to be your thyme and sage. So it just gives it a little bit more of a enhance of a flavor, but I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to jiggle. Make sure everything is level off, because now we're just going to pour and make sure that the elbow pasta fills up right there about 1 inch of headspace. Alrighty. I'm using elbow pasta because I'm trying to get it as close to this as possible. They have kind of their own kind of noodle that they do. But you can use any dried pasta. You can use the penne, you can use the rotini, the bow ties, however you want to do it with your mac and cheese. That's up to you. But since I'm trying to make it as close as I can to the Kraft, I'm going to do it this way. Yeah? And I'm going to do a cup. I'm going to start with my full cup. This is a 1/2 cup that I'm using. I'm already making a mess with the pasta. Oh my goodness. We're going to dump it over. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just dropping it everywhere, y'all. Good thing my counter's clean. And then I'm going to do 1/4. I'm trying to dip it this time, because the recipe calls for 1 1/4 cup of the pasta. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. See how it's right there, almost at the inch headspace? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a 4-jar lid on it. I'm going to get my vacuum sealer out. We're going to vacuum seal it, and then we're going to be done. That is how easy it is, y'all. I no fib to you when I say it's easy. So let's go ahead and get it vacuum sealed. I don't know if y'all heard it. The lid popped, which means it's sealed. And y'all have seen me do this before on the other videos, so really all you do, you're going to press your vacuum and seal, put your attachment on, and then you're going to pull straight up. You're not going to wiggle, you're just going to pull straight up. And shablam, shablot. Right there. That's all I have to say. Y'all, and it is that simple. It is now sealed. You got Kraft mac and cheese that is the exact same thing as this. Healthier, less preservatives. Just saying. Which one would you rather have? Okay, let's be for real. And what I also like to do is I like to write the directions on the top of the lid. I've showed you that in other videos, so I know how to rehydrate it. But what basically it is you'll dump this into your pot. Same thing, a 1-to-1 of water. Let it boil like you're gonna do mac and cheese. It will thicken up, it will be delicioso. And then you'll have a nice creamy mac and cheese for a side for your dinner. So y'all, thank you for tuning into this video, and I can do that. If you try it, definitely let me know. Tag me in it on Instagram and the other social media platforms. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you're subscribing. And when the bell icon pops up, click it so you're notified when new videos come to my channel. Follow me on all of my social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. And until next video, which will be tomorrow, I'm doing Noodle-vember, y'all. And I'm doing a hamburger mac and cheese. You won't want to miss it. Y'all tune in tomorrow. Be blessed. Bye, y'all.
I'm coming home.